grape leaves. The recipe is my mother's, and my sister Maria is showing me how to make the grape leaves.
Okay, so now you have 4 pounds of ground meat, 2.5 cups of Uncle Ben's rice. Now we made a mistake. It's not 2 teaspoons, it's 2 tablespoons of salt. Wait, let me see if it's a handful. Yeah, you might be right. It's only 1 tablespoon of salt. I have to measure my hand because it's, what is it, a half a teaspoon of basil? I don't like a lot of basil.
It's 1 teaspoon.
Okay,
1 teaspoon of basil.
1 teaspoon of basil.
And then we melted a half a cup of butter, and we poured
How much parsley?
And we put in 2 tablespoons of parsley.
Okay, here's 2 tablespoons. Parsley. Okay. And mint. How much mint?
And then we put in 1 teaspoon of dry mint.
Okay.
We keep it separate from the 4 pounds of meat.
And mix.
And we mix the ingredients before we mix it with the meat. We mix the ingredients separately.
Yeah, you got to mix it here.
And that was cinnamon.
Mix it with your hand.
Okay.
You want to take your ring off, Tony? Tony will mix it.
My hands are washed.
Yeah. Okay. And now once that's mixed, good. So you want the rice to have the flavor so it'll stick to the meat. It'll mix evenly. How's it feel? Good?
It feels
Mix is like it got oil all through it, like butter all through it. So it'll mix. Okay. That's good enough now. You can mix the meat with it. Yeah, that's it. Okay. You mix it real good, thoroughly.
It pauses it now.
It was on pause the whole time I was talking to you. Okay. Okay, let me mix it for you so you don't have to do all that. Okay, go wash your hands. I'll mix it.
That's pretty cool, Marie. I learned something.
This way you don't dirty up another pan of meat, you know?
Yeah.
It's only 4 pounds. It's not really that.
How many?
4 pounds is like a potful. 1 big potful. You just need 2 pounds for yourself. You know, cut that recipe in half. Did you wash your hands?
Yeah.
Okay. Sit down, we're going to make it.
We have 4 pounds of ground beef. We mixed the condiments first to get the flavor in with the butter. And now we're mixing all of the condiments with the and the seasoning with the meat.
This should be ground chuck meat.
It should be ground chuck meat, 4 pounds. And it's going to be
It's done.
make a big pot of grape leaves.
Yeah. When you make it, Tony, do half a rest and wash it.
Okay, now we're using the glass or
Cutting board.
cutting board. We wrap it up with plastic.
So don't get, you can throw the plastic away. I do shortcuts.
Now we put the meat with the seasoning and spices on the cutting board.
One side this.
And then we push it on one side.
One
And
side.
now we take the grape leaves,
Put it upside down.
put the grape leaves upside down.
And then you start to roll.
How much grape? How many?
You just put like a teaspoon in there and then just roll it. Okay, watch what I do. You learn by me. Lay the grape leaves down flat. These are the ones in my yard. And I go like this. Just enough like a cigar. Half of a cigar. Yeah, roll it real good. You want to try that, Tony? You ready? No, do this side first. Close the sides. Now roll it. That's it. You got the grape leaf.
My first grape leaf.
Your first leaf.
Wow, that was
Easy, huh?
yeah.
What I do is I sit in front of the TV, put it in the TV, put that that cutting board in on a TV stand, and I watch TV and relax and do that. See? Very good. Oh my goodness, you should have been a cook.
We use a whole clove of garlic, and what we're doing is, as we roll them, we
Whole
put
ball.
them in the pot. Depending on the kind of pot you have, you might have to put leaves at the bottom of the pot to keep them from burning. Otherwise, if you have a non-burn pot for the grape leaves, you don't need that.
A clove of garlic, you take all the skin off, and you put it in a dish. It all depends how you take the skin off. I crack mine.
You put the whole clove, end up putting it all into the dish.
The whole bulb you're using. Whole bulb. If you do, it all depends how much garlic you like in your leaves, grape leaves. I like a lot of garlic.
We completed one layer, if you notice. Now we're putting, after one layer, we're squeezing the garlic onto the first layer.
2 garlics should be enough if you're using a big pot to get them.
Yeah, if you have a big pot,
You know, just so you have flavor. Flavor all over.
yeah, that way it will flavor all the grape leaves on the first row.
Then what I do is put a little bit of salt in between each layer. And every other layer you could do. I go like this, just a little bit. Like that.
Smells good.
That's it. Second
We
row.
crisscrossed the grape leaves, the second row, in the opposite direction, almost like a checkerboard. Then we put another 2 cloves of garlic, spread it around with some salt. 2 cloves of garlic on, this is the 3rd or 4th layer. You put any salt on top of that?
Just a very little,
Just a little bit of salt.
Just a sprinkle. Just so it flavors the leaves. Okay. Next row.
Okay, this was the last level of grape leaves, and putting the rest of the cloves on top. The garlic cloves. All the meat. 4 pounds of meat are gone. So you put all of it on, right?
Yeah, because you want the whole
clove into the
whole bulb.
Season. Okay.
Oh, we have no whole lemons.
We could use 3 whole lemons or the lemon juice for taste.